I layered over a dozen sounds recorded around my house in an attempt to replicate this sound. The lightsaber has one of the most recognizable sounds in Star Wars. Created by sound designer Ben Burtt, the distinctive hum of the Jedi weapon was made by layering sounds of an old movie projector and the hum of a 1970s television set, laying those over speakers and then recording again while waving the mic in front of the speakers to create the varying humming sound. Given my limited resources, this would be pretty impossible to recreate at home, which made it the perfect challenge. But I didn't just want to recreate these classic sounds. That's been done before. I needed to up the ante, and so I decided to take on the sound of Ahsoka Tano's sabers, and only use household objects to do it. Ahsoka's white blades have a slightly different sound than the other classic lightsabers in the Star Wars franchise. But the underlying elements shouldn't be too different from the sounds created by Ben Burtt, or so I thought. The thing about Ahsoka's lightsabers is there doesn't seem to be much information online on how these specific sounds were created. I had to figure this out on my own. I listened to the sounds over and over again, trying to pick out any elements I could recreate with items around my house. One thing I did know, I needed to nail the baseline layers of this if it was going to work, starting with the lightsaber hum. It's an important layer that I knew would be crucial from day one. I needed to really get this one right, because it could throw off the entire sound effect if I failed. I recorded anything I could think of around the house that might produce a similar effect to Ben Burtt's projector and TV hum. I put the mic to everything from a bathroom fan, the dryer, and this, a fabric shaver. While I was at it, I grabbed a few other sounds that I thought would be useful for the lightsaber ignition. With my first sounds recorded, I dropped them into my editing program and got to work. After a significant amount of time adjusting settings and playing around, I ended up with this. Not exactly a lightsaber, and this first pass almost made me want to give up. Then I remembered something I had stored away in my closet. Something that might get me a step closer to the sounds of a galaxy far, far away. So I had this old speaker, and I noticed that when I plug the aux cord in, it gives off a little bit of a hum. So I turned the gain way up on my mic, and I'm gonna see if I can capture this and see how it works for the hum of the lightsaber. I did some more editing. But it quickly became clear that though the speaker gave me an element I needed, I was still missing the beefier part of the hum. It's kind of getting down to the wire though. I'm kind of coming up to my deadline. With frustration building and time running out, I decided to call in some help.
Hello.
Hey, I need some help on this sound effect I'm trying to produce. And it's it's Ahsoka's lightsaber.
You have a guitar or anything with a string like that? Metal string. Anything with like a string that could get really taut. It might be worth trying. Manipulate the sound a little bit, maybe stretch it out and modulate it up a little bit, you know? I mean, I could always try to record and see what I could get and send it to you.
Anything would help, just record as is, maybe just record each string.
Let me see what I can do.
Michael was onto something. He got to work recording a variety of guitar sounds, including plucking various strings and running a fork along the length of the string to produce a prolonged, scratchier sound. In the meantime, I rewatched the clip of Ahsoka igniting the lightsaber again, and I noticed there was a kind of thud sound the moment Ahsoka ignites the lightsaber. I made a quick recording of my hand hitting a mattress. And then I got Michael's email. I downloaded the audio, pitched it down, added a few effects, put my hand hit sound at the start, and pressed play. I'm missing something that because right now it doesn't really sound like it. It sounds like it could be a lightsaber sound, but it does not sound like Ahsoka's perfectly. So I'm just gonna record anything I can think of that I could use, possibly. I don't know if any of this will work, but I really have to get this. I kept playing with the sounds, trying to get the pitch just right and get this sound as close as I possibly could to the effect created for the show. And I think the final product is close given what I had to work with. If I had more time and resources, I would have kept experimenting, but I wanted to stay true to the challenge and only use household objects I had access to. And so here is the original sound from the Ahsoka show, and here is the sound I came up with. Let me know if you can think of anything else I could have used to make this sound better, because I know it's not perfect, and someday I'm going to get this right.